So Sanjay, when you teach branding today, how much of it is about claiming the truth of identity over chasing trends or belonging?
If I were to give a weightage to it, 80 to 90% has to be the truth. And about 10 to 20% you have to keep an eye on the trending things, okay? The problem with today's generation, they look at only the trends and want to crest the wave. In an ocean, if you look at it, the bottom is always still. The waves are superficial, they come and go. And if you become one with the wave, you'll get washed out. The idea is not how do I look cool, the idea is who am I, what's my truth, and how do I make it cool. So the substance deep inside, that has to match and crest the trend and the wave then.
Now, from this perspective, I asked about following trends, but also belonging. Today, in today's day and age, we also seek belonging through these spaces, which cannot give you real belonging. If anything, it can only give you like online communities and stuff like that. How do you can you guide me on that?
So, if you look at it, go back to the prehistoric times also. The only truth then was tribes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your identity at that point in time, people were not looking at individual identities. They were looking at tribal identities. The tribe that I belong to would be far more, in terms of hierarchy, important for me than me as an individual, because that ensured my survival. In those times, you would not be able to survive without the tribe. As a loner, you would never survive the jungles, all right? So the tribe becomes so important for the survival instinct, and that has got in a way programmed into our minds, hardwired into our minds, that we survive and thrive as a community. And that's true for brands also. Each brand has to figure out its own tribe. Who will hoot for me? Who will stay there for me? When I falter, who would be there to support me? And you have to build that tribe as a brand too, and you call it your community, you have to nurture it, etc., etc.
So you do say that a sense of belonging is something that supports this building process.
If your brand doesn't belong to a set of people and you're not cued into who that set of people is to which you belong, and you do whatever under your power to be there, you're standing on a very shifty surface. Okay.
So like for me, the reason why I'm kind of tickling this a little bit more is that I find that I do so many things. A part of who I am in the world is not just one thing. A filmmaker or just a speaker, author, and also a spiritualist. Like all of these things, I belong to various different communities.
Agreed.
I don't say I belong, I say I'm a part of various different communities.
Correct.
I contribute to various different communities, and they contribute back to me that, sort of the ecosystem is there. So for someone like me, how would you help me find a belonging?
Yeah, so just try and figure this out. Through all of these various endeavors and the facets you have to your personality, there's always going to be a common string, that is the personality of Ritika, that shows through all of these strings. That is the constant, as in Hindi also we say कि माला का एक सूत्र होता है, उसके ऊपर मोती लगे हैं. ये आपका एक मोती है. आपकी एक्टिंग, आपकी राइटिंग, आपका पब्लिक सर्विस, अलग अलग मोती हैं आपके. अंदर से जाने वाला सूत्र जो है रीतिका, वो वही है. That personality, that truth, that authenticity, you have to understand. And now each of these facets of your life is going to address a different community. For example, I am not interested in films. When I met you for the first time,
yeah, you don't watch.
So I had no clue who you were, right? Except for being a beautiful woman. That's what for me. Yeah. So then you told me that I've acted in this movie and that movie. So I figured out, okay, you're an actress. But I probably will not be able to relate with that facet of your personality.
Yeah.
So, but as an author, probably yes. As a speaker, yes. That's where when we were on the same platform the first time that we ran into each other was at TEDx at Nagpur. So as speakers, we resonated because yes, that was the they used to teach us pie charts as students. So one circle, the other circle, the common area between them, that was us. So that community, I am with you on that.
Yeah.
So you don't need to worry about the fact that to one community you mean something, to the other one you mean something else, or the third one you mean something else. It's perfectly all right. There are going to be very few overlaps here, but the personality of Ritika as a person, as a human being, as a brand personality, if I can say, the persona is going to shine through as the same thread.
So like I often say, I often say this, that multifaceted but single focused. Okay.